Okay, in this presentation, I'll be showing you the main grouping form when it comes to grouping your accounts or classifying your accounts. Now, this is the latest version of the software, and I think the main difference in this version is the button view when it comes to most of the software. There has been a lot of improvement that has been done in the main grouping form, and that's what I'll be going through in this presentation. So I'll be only touching on the main grouping form in this presentation. The presentation that follows covers all the grouping techniques that are available in the software, but I'm only focusing on the main grouping form, as the improvements sort of enable you to cover most of the grouping techniques in the one form, thereby making it a very powerful form and helping you to do all of your grouping in one particular location of the program. So what I'll do is I've imported some trial balance. So the main grouping area would be in the account grouping control here. So this is the main form, and when it comes to grouping, group form 1 is the main form where you do most of your grouping, if not all of it. So I'm going to quickly get into that form. Now this is the form. Now for those of you who are familiar with this form from the previous version, you would notice that some of the items have been moved around. What we have done is we've moved these items which were on the left side to the right, and these forms which were on the left, we move them to the right. The reason for moving them to the right is because it enables less mouse travel between, for example, filtering an item and then sort of going back to the previous item which before the filter. So what we found out is that that helps to save time, whereas when this form was on the right, you had to travel from this area all the way over to your left in order to press or to select any of these controls, which was always on the left. So that is a change that has been made in this software. Now the other changes which we have done is we've included the ability to select items. We've included this particular control or command button which enables you to select items, and as you select items you'll be able to see what they total up to. So that is an additional feature, and you can also group them. If I were to select group, for example, you see all of the selected items were grouped into the selected revenue category. Likewise, we've added similar controls here for ungrouping. So for example, if I say select all, it'll select all the items in here, and we could ungroup them again into the main area to be grouped again. So this enables all of the classifications to be done in this one form very quickly. Now, for example, if I want to say group the current assets, you can quickly filter the current assets. You can either select each one up to the current asset, which is ending at 1-2500, or if you could filter it, if it is in a logical number sequence, you could filter it like 1-25. As you can see, these are all the current assets. So I can select current assets here and then say select all. That selects all these items, and I can group it. I can clear the filter here. Now if I look at non-current assets, this entity has quite a few non-current assets, and it ends at 1-9. So for example, if I hit 1-9, it shows you the total here as well. So So yep, so that's all of the accounts I need. So I say select all, and I come to non-current assets, and I can say group. So as you can see, it makes the whole grouping process very efficient, and enables you to group the items quite quickly. Now, for example, this is 2-551 for current liabilities. Select current liabilities there and group it. Need to select all and group, and as you can see, it just grouped it quite quickly. Now, so that's how it when it comes to grouping. So you can the color coding here means if it's coded in say blue characters, it means there's a further subgroups under this group. For example, select current assets. So as you can see, cash has cash and cash equivalents has a further subgroup below this group, but additional current asset 1 does not have further groups. So if I were to select the additional current asset 1, you can see there is no further grouping here to group the accounts into. So that's how the color coding helps when you come to doing your grouping. Alright, so now if you can see, it also helps you to I guess quickly classify some of the or to group some of the accounts, like by selecting it, and you can double check the total and then do your classification. So for example, select all of these ones. I know this is non-current liabilities, and I can group the lot. So as you can see, it makes the whole process much more efficient, and you'll be able to do your grouping very quickly. So that's all I wanted to show you with this presentation. There is more on grouping and classification in the next presentation, but you will notice that when you come to the main group form 1, which is this form, group form 1, you'll notice in the older videos that the form view and functionality is much less than this version. So I just wanted to introduce you all to the new grouping functionality in the software, so that when you do get the latest version installed, you will have that functionality. One thing to note is that all work which you have done can be carried forward, as the data has not been changed. It's just the functionality of the program that has been changed, and all your work is still valid and can be carried forward with the new functionality.